Good morning, friends. Today I am here with Why Do We Fall Ill, Part 1 of ninth Standard. In today's session, we are going to discuss about health, healthy person, community health, conditions for good health, disease and its types, causes of disease, infectious agents and disease. So let us start the session. First, it is about health. According to WHO, that is World Health Organization, health is a state of physical fitness, mental alertness, and social awareness or social well-being. And the conditions necessary for good health are good physical and social environment, good economic conditions, and social equality as well as harmony. So let us discuss the 3 points in detail. Good physical and social environment means our environment should be clean. There should be good sanitation facility. There should be proper garbage disposal, and there should be provision of clean drinking water to all. Good economic conditions includes there should be job opportunity for all. Why? So that they can earn and to have nutritious food, balanced food, so that they can lead a healthy life. Social equality and harmony means there should be no gender bias between boys and girls, between caste, between race. So everyone should be treated as equal for the harmony and to lead a healthy and peaceful life. Now the next topic is healthy person. Person has to be healthy when he or she is physically fit, mentally alert and socially well-being. He or she is healthy if he or she is physically fit to perform all the activities of life efficiently in an efficient manner. She is free from any mental and social tension. No tension should be. And she has no anxiety. And she feel joy of living so that one can lead to a healthy life. Here you can see a healthy person. Now next topic is community health. Community health means all the personal health including surrounding or environmental services. For importance of health services such as establishment of healthcare service like primary health services. For example, primary health center that is present in rural area and district health hospital that is present in urban area. Community health can be only possible when we are getting safe drinking water. There should be proper disposal of garbage. It is about the prevention of harmful insects, prevention against diseases like tuberculosis, measles, hepatitis, etc. There should be provision of family welfare advices and services, and also about the health education. Here you can see the primary health center and district hospital. Here for community health there should be provision of safe drinking water, proper disposal of garbage, prevention of harmful insects, then health education. Now let us discuss about the difference between healthy and disease free. What is the difference? Healthy is the only state of physical, mental and social well-being, whereas disease-free is a state of absence of disease. Healthy means it refers to individual, physical and social environment. Both. It includes both social as well as physical environment, but here it refers only to the individual. Healthy person means the individual has a good health, and disease free means the individual may have good health or poor health. Now let us see what are the conditions for good health. First is good nutrition. Good nutrition means one should get balanced diet. Balanced diet means all the components of food, that is carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, rough phase, that should be in balanced amount in their diet according to the requirement of age and sex. Next is the proper habit. Proper habit means whatever the food we are taking should be free from infections and it should be fresh also. There should be no microbes and spoilage of food. Whatever the utensils we are using should be clean and hand and face should be washed before taking food. There should be no smoking, chewing tobacco, drink and drug. These all should be avoided. The third condition is exercise and relaxation. This is very important. Regular exercise is necessary for good health. We should do regular exercise. And whenever we are doing the work, after work, we should have regular sleep and relaxation. This is very essential for maintaining our good health. Here you can see the balanced diet and fresh food. Here it is about clean utensils, wash hand before taking food, wash face before taking food. So these are the pictorial illustration for conditions of good health. No smoking, no alcohol, no tobacco, no drugs should be taken for maintaining good health. Doing exercise is must for good health. Now next is about disease. Disease means something is wrong with our body and we are feeling not well, that is unwell. And disease is usually due to the malfunctioning of our body, when our body is not functioning properly. And the disease may be physical or may be mental or maybe both. Disease means dis-ease, means without that is discomfort. And disease has a specific cause. And how it can be recognized? It can be recognized by a particular signs and symptoms. Meaning thereby that every disease have particular signs and symptoms. When a person is affected by a disease, either the normal functioning or the appearance of one or more system of the body changes for the worse. These changes give rise to sign and symptom of the disease. Now let us see what are the different types of disease. First, the disease is divided into acute and chronic disease. Acute disease means this disease can last only for short period of time. For example, common cold, malaria, cholera. So these are called as acute disease. But in case of chronic disease, it lasts for a long time, sometimes even as much as lifetime. For example, elephantiasis. So it ends with the death of the organism. We are likely to have prolonged general poor health if we have chronic diseases. It have very drastic and long-term effects on the people's health as compared to the aquatic disease. So chronic disease is more dangerous than the aquatic disease. Now again the disease is divided into infectious or communicable disease and non-infectious or non-communicable disease. So first we will discuss here infectious diseases. The infectious diseases can be spread from one infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, vectors, physical contact or sexual contact. For example, common cold, chicken pox, mumps, measles, typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, malaria, AIDS. So there are different means through which the infection is taking place. Here common cold, it is the mosquito which causes malaria and cholera bacteria, elephantiasis, measles, mumps. This is the 8 victims. The person will become very, very big. Types of diseases. Next is non-infectious diseases, or also called as non-communicable. Non-communicable means it cannot be spread from an infected person to healthy person. For example, beriberi, ricket, scurvy, night blindness, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure. So they are the non-infectious diseases. They cannot be spread from the infected person to another person. Here it is the pictorial figure of beriberi and scurvy. Here it is rickets. It causes 2 types. One is knocking of knee is knocked, another is bowing of legs. Means leg is become like bow. This is mouth cancer and lung cancer, figure of mouth cancers. You can see how the deformities occurs. Now next topic is causes of disease. Disease are caused by pathogens. Pathogens means those microorganisms which causes disease, like virus, bacteria, fungus, protozoan, worms. So they are called as pathogens. Second one is poor health and undernourishment. Whenever one is not taking balanced food, then he or she may suffer from poor health. Malfunctioning of body parts. Suppose some body part is not started working properly. Environmental pollution. This is one of the major factor. Environmental pollution causes so many diseases. And another is genetic disorder. Genetic disorder means that can be passed from parent to offspring. Causes of diseases. First is the infectious agent. What are the infectious agent? Virus, bacteria, protozoans. Diseases where microbes are immediate cause are called as infectious agent. Means infectious agents are caused by different organisms. So that is why they are called as infectious agent. And also there are non-infectious agent. They are mostly internal. Some cancers are caused by genetic abnormalities. High blood pressure can be caused by excessive weight and when one is not doing proper exercise. So they are not due to any pathogens or microbes. Now let us see what are the infectious agent and diseases. The agents which causes infectious diseases are called pathogen, as we have discussed earlier. So these are virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoan and worm. So let us see what infectious agents are causing which types of diseases. First is about the virus. Virus causes common cold, influenza, measles, mumps, chicken pox, AIDS, hepatitis B, and now you can see the coronavirus. This is also, corona is caused by a virus. Bacteria causes cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, tetanus, anthrax, food poisoning, etc. Next is fungi. Fungi causes infection in the skin, that is skin infections. Protozoa. Protozoa causes malaria, kala-azar, amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness. Worms. They causes disease like intestinal infections and elephantiasis. Thank you. For any kind of doubts, please write your question in comment section.